Hola, hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Te estaba diciendo ay, ¿qué dice? Que justo Hernán me pidió si podía iniciar la de Apprentice.
¿Verdad?
Sí, sí, sí.
Ok, bueno.
Estamos a ver, ¿me envías el link?
Sí, yo estoy ahí. Sí, ¿estás?
Ah, bueno, estamos en link.
Sí, acá está Carlos Harding, que Hernán me dijo que iba a ser el host de hoy.
Sí, tal cual.
Ok.
¿Quieres que nos conectemos ahí?
Sí.
Ok,
Ok.
ya.
Hola, Carlos. Hi. I'm Brisa. Did Hernán tell you? Tell you? No? Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. Good.
Good.
¿Cómo has estado? ¿Tu papi ya se fue?
No, yo no soy la
yo
hija.
no soy la hija.
Ah, no.
No,
Tú eres María, ¿no?
Brisa.
Brisa.
Brisa. Ok.
Sí.
Tú vas a estar manejando la reunión.
Sí.
Sí.
Ahora se va
Ahora se
a
va
unir
a
Luz
unir Luz.
también.
¿Tienes un small bio de Luz para poderla presentar?
Eh, a ver, dame un segundo.
Dame un segundo.
De Luz solamente tengo
tengo
sí, la imagen que
la
envió
imagen
Hernán.
que envió Hernán.
Ok, no hay problema.
Mm.
No te preocupes. Aquí yo tengo esa imagen también.
Ok.
¿Cuánta gente está registrada?
Para hoy,
Para hoy,
23.
23.
Chequea, ahí está en la lista Janice y Alan.
Jones, no.
Jones, no.
Y Alan tampoco.
Hernán tampoco.
Ok. Bueno, ya se está conectando la gente, ¿no? Ok. Speaker. Ok. Bueno, ¿y a qué hora se conecta Luz?
Creo que 5:30.
5:30.
Disculpa, me estoy
Disculpa,
tratando
me
de
estoy
encontrar
tratando de
el link
encontrar el link
del evento.
del evento.
Ay,
Ya.
ah,
Sí.
Hola, Luz.
Lu,
Lu,
hola,
Lu, perdón. ¿Cómo estás?
estás?
Yo soy Carlos Harding, yo soy mentor de Apprentice y yo soy quien te va a presentar a ti el día de hoy a los muchachos, ¿no?
Ah, bueno, no,
No.
yo no soy Luz. Vas a presentar a Luz González.
Bueno, esta niña que me tiene mal.
No te afanes,
no te
un gran
afanes,
gusto.
un gran gusto.
Un placer.
Yo soy
¿Tú me
Luisa
avisas?
Morán. Dime.
Dime.
No, aquí está, a esta niña que no me avisa.
Ok, no.
Ok,
Ella es Lu, me va a
esa
estar
luz me va a estar
ayudando.
ayudando.
Ok,
Y nosotros te
Y
vamos a estar
nosotros te
ayudando a
vamos
vos
ayudando a vos
a presentar.
presentar.
ok.
Pero Luz
Pero
es la que
Luz
va a
es
hablar.
la que va a hablar.
Luz González, ¿no?
Luz
Sí.
González,
Sí,
sí, exacto.
sí, exacto.
¿Ustedes escuchan
¿Ustedes
un eco
escuchan un
también?
eco también?
No,
Sí.
Sí.
no creo que, bueno, yo estoy ocupando mi teléfono para textear, pero no sé si yo no escucho un eco.
Yo sí
Yo
escucho
sí
un
escucho
eco.
un eco.
Oh, lo tiene abierto
tiene
en dos
abierto en dos
sesiones.
sesiones.
No, estoy ocupado para texting con mi oficina.
Sí, yo tampoco
Sí, yo
tengo.
tampoco tengo.
Pero fíjate que eso me ha pasado ya a mí con Teams varias veces.
Ujú.
Bueno,
Bueno,
A ver.
a ver.
Brisa siente el
Brisa
mismo
siente
eco.
el mismo eco.
¿qué?
Tú sientes el mismo
El
eco.
mismo eco.
Sí.
Sí.
Déjame, me pongo en mute a ver qué pasa.
Hola. Ahí está, sí, hay algo que...
Hay algo que
Soy yo,
Sí.
pero
A ver.
¿Listo?
no tengo nada más que abierto que esta pantalla.
A ver, yo reviso por este lado, no. Acá solo tengo Discrete. No, realmente no tengo nada más abierto. Pero ya dejé de oír el eco.
el eco.
Porque yo me puse en mute.
Ah, ok.
Ah,
Sí.
ok. Sí.
¿Se escucha el eco?
Cuando tú tienes
Cuando
ahí
tú
el
tienes ahí el
micrófono, se
micrófono,
escucha el
se
eco.
escucha el eco.
Mm.
Pero bueno, no,
Pero
vamos a
bueno,
estar
vamos
bien.
a estar bien.
Microsoft Pro Microphone. MacBook Pro. Speakers.
No estamos nada de
Nada de
luz.
luz.
¿Cómo?
¿No?
Para
Para
presentar a
presentar a
Luz.
Luz.
Carlos, si quiere le
Carlos, si quiere
busco
le
en
busco en
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Aquí lo busco yo ahorita.
Ok.
Mira, que se oye el eco.
Ujú. Voy a apagar mi sonido. Hoy nos vamos a conducir en inglés o en español.
Inglés.
En inglés. Sí.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Good today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Today I'm taking the place of Hernan with Lu and Carlos. So we're gonna be having this meeting with us, and we're gonna be hearing Luz González.
Awesome. Excited for it.
So today, hi guys. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Let's wait for everybody to join. Well, I'm Lou Morales. Some of you have seen me before. If not, I am a journalist and I support apprentice in the PR, press, marketing, and well, lots of stuff. And today, presenting our wonderful mentor, which is Luz González, we have one of our wonderful mentors too, which is Carlos Harding. He's going to be hosting with us today's session. And remember that after the masterclass, we're going to divide into the groups for interns and career acceleration program, so we can share and continue with our networking and plan a path for this wonderful journey. All right. So welcome everybody, and welcome with you, Mr. Carlos Harding. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Hi, how are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Can you hear the echo?
Yes, the echo
Yes,
too.
the echo too.
Okay,
The echo remains, but we hear you.
We hear you.
okay. You let me know when Luz is inside.
In the meantime, we would like to get to know you better, about you, about who you are, and about your experience in apprentice.
Sure. As guys, you know, my name is Carlos Harding. I am a VP of Commercial Relations for American Capital Finance Group here in Miami. We are a, a specialized lender for international trade finance. Right now, we have a capital of around $175 million. We are operating all over the world. We have offices in Miami, the headquarters. We have offices in London. We have offices in Guayaquil, Ecuador. Um, I have around 25 years in the industry of international trade finance, as well in trade finance locally. I'm a lawyer. I hold a master's of in business administration with a concentration in strategy and management. I'm also a lawyer, and I have done several studies abroad. I did a postgraduate at the European Institute of Public Administration, where I did the postgraduate on multilateral negotiations in WTO, which is a World Trade Organization, and I did a studies at the China Textile Institute in Taiwan, Taipei. Um, Basically, I was preparing myself to be part of the negotiations of CAFTA DR, which is it was the free trade agreement between Central America and Dominican Republic with with the United States. And we're talking about a year from the 2000 to 2003, 2004. Basically, in that spectrum of finance, in alternative finance. Today I have two interns that we're working on several projects of trade finance. What else? Lou?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. I was checking Luz, she has some trouble entering, but I think that she's. Luz, are you there?
Are you there?
Hi, can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
I hear a little
I
bit
hear a
of
little bit
feedback.
of feedback.
Is it just
Is
me?
it just me?
We're
Yeah,
having
no,
an
it's
issue.
me. Luz, it's me. I need to, after I introduce you, I will close my microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good to have you today here at this masterclass. Today we have the privilege to have Luz González, wonderful professional. She has been, she is the founder of EQ Refined Business Consultant, but she had an experience in other companies. She was a lead consultant at Impact Consulting LLC for almost 2
I
years.
think that you are
That you
not
are not
reading the
reading the
right bio.
right bio.
I am in the right bio or not?
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Holy crap. What happened, Lou? Anyways, she's a great professional.
Don't worry. I will introduce myself.
Okay, so with you guys, without any delays, Luz González.
Thank you, Carlos.
Carlos.
Can I share my screen? Give me 1 second. Just Lou, can you tell me if you are all seeing my presentation?
Let me see. Right now, no.
You're not
Well,
seeing
You're
it?
not seeing
No?
it? No?
Not
Maybe
right.
she needs permission from you guys to open the presentation and share.
No. No,
No.
what message are you getting? Or
I
no,
just
don't
hit share.
uh-huh.
This side will be able to see the content on your screen. Let me see. I hit this.
I mean, you're a presenter, so now it should work.
Do you see it?
Yes.
Yes, now I do.
Okay, good. Let me see if I can just.
Do you all guys see it?
It's still saying it, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Amazing. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm super excited about this presentation. This is my first time ever doing a talk in English. So if you see that I'm struggling with my words, help me out. Okay, so as they say, I'm Luz González. I'm the founder of Real Founders. But I'm gonna give you like a little bit of my background. So I study industrial engineering in INTEC in Santo Domingo, República Dominicana. And when I was in the university, I never understood why I chose that career. I was like, okay, I chose this engineering career, but I don't see myself as a typical engineer. Like, I don't see myself working maybe in a bank or working in a I don't know, in an industrial platform, whatever. I just didn't see myself as an engineer. So I was wondering, like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? And then I figured that I kind of like jumping to the conclusion that I could maybe start a business. And I realized that this so-called entrepreneurship thing was a thing back in 2013, kind of. So it was like, okay, how am I gonna do a business? I didn't know. So the last 10 years of my career has been a little bit of building businesses, ruining businesses, learning how to not ruin business, and also of meeting a lot of people that are innovators, are disruptors, and people that are changing the world in different industries, right? So the last 10 years, I've been a mentor. I certified myself in entrepreneurship and acceleration and incubation programs. and I started a consultancy agency for creating programs in entrepreneurship. I worked with a bank since 2016 here in the R that leads the biggest acceleration program in the R. So I've been jumping and doing a bunch of stuff. And in 2018, I created a digital platform called Pretty Busy Club, which was an incubator for female entrepreneurs. And it was amazing. We hit 350 members, active member, and it was a really nice journey. But then I got pregnant. And if you are a mom here, you know what I'm talking about. This is when you get pregnant, I don't know why, but something switches in your mind, and now you want to do bigger stuff. You want to provide more for your family. You want to make an impact. You want to leave something in the industry, right? And you want to, I don't know, sometimes like your purpose, you find it when you're a mom. So that was for me my journey, and I realized the business that I was building was not myself, and that 24/7 crazy entrepreneur that I was not me anymore. And that identity has evolved into something new that I just didn't quite know what it was. So I decided to close that business and start figuring it out by myself what the heck that I was going to do now. So then I entered this new high ticket mentor identity, and I figured, oh my God, this is what I really want to do. I want to help people find their purpose through their businesses and understand that strategy and everything that is out there, um, and that we believe as professionals that is the thing that is going to get us successful, is not actually in all cases true. So I realized um, that the inner work that I had to do to understand what is success for me was way difficult, more difficult than just putting in strategies and doing whatever everybody else is saying that I should be doing. So I started this journey of inner work, and I understood that I wanted to help my clients, businesses and personal brands and everything that I was doing from their well-being instead of the market. Everything out there that is speaking out loud that you should do this and you should do that and this is what everybody else wants from you. Instead of doing that, I was like, let's go inside, let's figure out what you really want, and let's figure out that alignment that needs to happen in order for you to fulfill your mission in this earth, because we're all going to die. That's the reality. And at the end of the day, the things that you do in life and the people that you impact has to be fulfilling for you to, at the end of your days, go back and say, you know, I did something from my purpose. I did something that actually impacted possibly people's lives, instead of I just fulfill a checklist, right? So Real Founders is my new business, and we actually help entrepreneurs and leaders like you guys to turn their vision into a business that not only thrive, but actually feels like you. And we believe strongly that strategy is the vehicle for growth, and we're always going to be doing strategy for businesses. But we also believe that wellness and alignment is the vehicle for sustainability. So if you want to play the long run, you have to understand that your well-being comes first, and the inner work is the only work. It's the only work. Your business, you can, and your professional career, you can figure it out. You can have another opportunity. You can jump between jobs. You can do whatever. But if you're not right with yourself, everything else falls. So today isn't about fluff. It's about confronting what's keeping you invisible and learning to lead with clarity and conviction. And you can only do that with the inner work. That's the only thing. So I certified myself as a life coach. That's another thing that I did, because I wanted to work not only with the business but with the people behind the business, with the founders. And I have made my personal mission to build businesses that are actually aligned with the founder. And there are not a lot of frameworks to work with that. All the frameworks that I know that are actually out there in the business schools and everything are external frameworks. Like everything is talking about what the market needs, what the client needs, what the problem you can solve, and everything is external things. So I created a framework because I didn't find one, and it's called the Founders Canvas. And this session is for you to, if you ever felt overlooked, if you know you're capable of more impact, and if you are tired of being just another professional in your field, this conversation that we're having is going to blow your mind today. The first thing is the reality check of why blending in is a risk. And I want to talk about this because there are a million people doing possibly the same thing that you're doing. And there are a million people saying that want to help a specific audience in the same problem that you are trying to solve. So how can you be part, how can you not be part of the million people and be brilliant with your ideas and be there? So first you have a crowded marketplace, right? So everyone is posting, everyone is offering, everyone is building a brand. The ones who stand out do it on purpose, and the ones who stand out, they do it even though no one else is saying the things that they're saying, or even though people call them crazy. So there's this trap, and the invisible competence trap, that we all believe that being good at what you do is enough, and it's not enough. The world rewards clarity, not hidden potential. You can be really good at something, but if you don't speak out about it, if you don't put it there, if you don't do the things that you're supposed to do for people to hear your message, nobody's going to understand what you do, and you're going to fall into the million people that are there, right? So the cost of blending in is missed opportunities, lower income ceilings, and being seen as replaceable. And let's face it, we have AI as well doing their jobs for us, right? So if you don't have a strong philosophy and a strong values and strong opinions, you're gonna be just one of many. So we don't want to get there, right? So I'm gonna stop a little bit here because I want to engage with you guys, and I wanna if okay, so there's a chat, yeah. So I want to know right now. I want to hear from you, right? And right there in the chat, if you have felt that you can be replaceable right now, that there's nothing like super outstanding that you're doing, that you say, okay, I'm not doing anything outstanding, maybe I'm just doing normal stuff, or I have an outstanding idea but I just don't know how to get it out there, or provide the platform for people to get to know me and understand my way. So I want to know that right now, if you can write it. All right, let's put it in. Let's do it like a little simpler, right? Put a 1 if you believe that you have something that you want to give, but you don't know, you're not quite sure how to do it. Just put a 1 in the chat box, or a 2, if you feel you are kind of replaceable. Let's be honest, right? We're doing this in an honest space. Okay. I don't believe everyone is replaceable, Michael. I do believe you're replaceable if you don't do the things from your purpose. That way you're replaceable. But the way that you think and the experience that you have learned through your own story is the thing that makes you unreplaceable. You just have to understand how to provide that platform so people can understand that you are not replaceable. And that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so another thing. I want to know how many of you are planning to have a business eventually. That gives me a lot of information right now. So if you're planning to have a business, put a 3 on the chat. Eventually. Doesn't have to be right now, but okay, so we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the room. Amazing. Okay. Okay, so I'm going back to my presentation. So here's the deal. If you're planning to have a business, and this is something that is really amazing, you'll know that a lot of people have personal brands. But the things that's happening in the industry, in any industry, is that we're more and more seeing founders as the face of the brand. because people want to connect with the person behind the business instead of just a commercial brand that doesn't actually gives you any beliefs, right? So this is more and more happening. So I have seen it firsthand. When you have a strong personal brand that accompanies a commercial brand, right? The sales skyrocket and everything just explodes because people want to connect with people. And I know that this is kind of like a cliche right now, but at the same time, if you do it right, you're going to see the results. So if you don't define what you stand for, someone else will, and it will likely be a watered down version you never agreed to. So if you don't go out there and you say, this is what I stand for, this is the things that I believe in, these are my values, this is my philosophy, this is the way that I see my industry, and this is what I want to put out there, someone else will assume anything, right? So how do you build a brand that cuts through the noise? This is why we created the Founders Canvas, as I told you, and we have helped a lot of entrepreneurs through the years with this canvas. And today we're gonna see a little bit of the canvas. I put like a little bit of the canvas in this presentation so you can have a piece of it. At the end, I will give you the canvas for free. You can just go there and tap into it. It's in Spanish right now, but I don't think that's a problem anymore because you can just put it on ChatGPT and it will translate everything. But yes, you can get there. So we're gonna see 4 things. First, identity. What you really stand for, not your job title. Not me as I'm a mentor, yeah, amazing. I'm an engineer, amazing. I am an economist, amazing. That's amazing. That's your job title. But what you really stand for? What are your beliefs? What are the things that you refuse to compromise on? What are the things that you say are part of your identity and cannot be replaceable? Because that's your unique perspective of things, right? So figure out what you really stand for, because that is going to resonate with a lot of people and opportunities. And if you don't stand for anything, people are just going to see you as a number, right? But if you stand for specific things, that will open doors in those specific areas, right? So what do you refuse to compromise on, and what do you feel, what do people feel in your presence? This one is I'm gonna stop to do a little bit of storytelling here. So I have a friend, and she's my best friend, and she's also a mentor and a coach, and she's really good at a bunch of stuff. She also designs, and she is she also designs brands and also builds software. So she's like a unicorn. But when she was having her Instagram account and she was doing her personal brand to attract more clients, at some point she started to be this hype girl, right? And it didn't resonate with a lot of people. And when she asked her audience, like, what do you feel in my presence? People said peace, and that was like, for real, like that was like the opposite of what she was doing in her personal brand. From the other part, I tried to do the peace girl and the zen girl and the wellness girl, and it didn't resonate with people because that's not me. And if you get to know me a little bit, you realize I'm a bit of disruptive, and I talk out loud, and I give a lot of feedback and reality checks, and that's me. But if you don't know yourself, you are not going to be able to put a message, put a brand, build a brand around who you really are, and attract the opportunities that are really made for you. So you have to understand that this is a process as well. You have to start with something, and in the process, you're going to change a bunch of things. But if you don't start to figure out your identity, it's going to be way harder if while you're getting old. So the sooner you start to identify those things that build who you are, the better, because that way you can realize even the opportunities, you can filter them by who you really are. The second thing is values, the transformation you create for people. Even though if you work at an office, your presence and the way you do things transforms people. So you have to be, you can actually design that transformation that you want to there. So how is it going to be? How are you going to attend a client? How are you going to get a client? How are you going to sell? what does feel natural for you, and what are your values around that. So what problem do you solve better than anyone else? And this one is like a cliche question, but at the same time, if you don't know it, it's time to answer it. So what problem do you solve better than anyone else, which is different from what problem do you solve effortlessly, right? So if you get to understand that problem that you do effortlessly, and at the same time is you do it better than anyone else, you have a diamond. You have a diamond that you can explode, right? And at the end, what are the results of working with you? And this happens a lot to me. I started understand that I had to be like a super strategic mentor that gives you the exact steps you have to do to yada yada yada. And at the end, I realized that what the results that I really give, it's laser focused strategy, but laser focused clarity. So when you come to my sessions, you're gonna understand better what is it that you're here for, like what's your purpose for real, and how we can monetize that in a way that doesn't consume your life, that doesn't consume your energy. So this is what I'm good at. The results that I give is a business model that is really aligned with yourselves, right? So you have to those questions answer it, and if you want to screenshot this, do it, and then you can do it by yourself later tonight. Third, voice. How you express your voice. What is your voice? What is your message? What do you want to put out there, and how you can express it? There's a bunch of people trying to imitate everyone else, and I know this because we live in a TikTok area, a live era, right? So it's kind of like I see someone doing a video in a way, X way, and I want to do it the same way because that's the way it works. And I have realized that there's no actual way it works. It's actually your way. And if you express yourself in an authentic way, that is only your way, more people are going to resonate with your message because people are going to see it clearly, and they're going to see that you're not forcing something that is actually not you. And that you have to realize that you need to figure it out by trying a bunch of stuff. So at first you're going to be like, okay, maybe I write, and then you're going to write and you're going to see that you don't like writing. Or maybe I'm going to do a video, and then you're going to do a video and in an X way, and then you're going to say, okay, that's not my way, until you find out that your version of things, it's better because people are going to connect with who you truly are instead of that version of you that you're putting out there like a mask, right? So what's your tone, your style, your storytelling? This one is really important. Your story. What's your story? We want to hear from your story. We want to understand how you become economist. How you got into finance? Why are you here? What are you trying to build in this industry? And figure it out. If you are a compassionate speaker or a disruptive speaker or an authoritative speaker, who are you? And finally, the vision, where you're talking to people. Where are you taking people? Where are you taking them? They're going to be joining you in this journey. And if you're going to invite them to join you, or if they're going to invite you to their company as well, then you have to understand that you have a vision that is aligned to their vision. They want to resonate with someone that has some ideals and that see the words in a X way, right? So and you have to be able to explain why this matter and why does it matter to you. How can you see this vision clearly, and how you're going to build towards that vision? What future are you inviting others to create with you? And as a founder, if you're building a business, this is really important because at the beginning, you're only going to have your vision to provide to you, the people, the opportunities, the money, and everything that is coming your way. It's going to come because of your vision. So, and even the clients, like people only buy from people they actually believe in. And if you don't have anything to believe in, I'm not going to be giving you my money. That's it. So if you understand your own vision and can articulate it in a really authentic way with your voice and everything that we have been talking, it's going to open doors inimaginably. So in Real Founders, which is my business, we've seen that the strongest brands are built on tactics. They're built on clear self-concept. And that self-concept is your blueprint. It doesn't matter if you're building a brand to sell something or if you're trying to get a good job. or you're trying to climb the ladder in your industry. You have to have a clear self-concept of who you are. I have this example of one of my clients. She's Catherine Castro. She's a psychologist, and she's really different from other psychologists that I know. Other therapists are really serious and super professional. This girl, she is energy, basically. And to understand her brand and to build that self-concept that she has and put it into words is actually what I do. But for her to get there, because I can give you all the tools and I can give you all my vision of you, but if you don't get there by yourself and understand that this is who I am and this is who I'm becoming, and you don't have that self-concept in you, and you're willing to embody that person, it's going to be really hard to articulate it and to actually put it out there. So once we get there, we start getting the results that we want, right? So after she tossed the boring psychologist, and then she enters in this new me. This is me. I have bright colors. I speak this way. I'm super Dominican and I don't care. And when she embraced that, then we start seeing the results. And now she's a really great speaker here in the R, and she's been booked for the whole month. And she is doing now she's building an online business as well. So showcase your strengths and build authority. How can you do that? First, you have to show, don't just tell. Document your process, client wins, lessons. The things that are happening in your life are the things that are actually going to build your brand. So become known as a thinker, not just a doer. And this one is a trap as well. We think that by doing more, we're going to achieve more. And that doesn't necessarily is like that. Actually, when people know you as a person that is profound and that has something to say and that has an opinion and that actually put out some good ideas, people start to see you with authority. So just not just do, also think and show that you're thinking, right? Create signature frameworks. For example, we have the Founders Canvas. What's yours? Name your method, your process, the way you do things. And this is not only for personal brands, this is for everyone. If you are someone working in an office and have a big client and you figured out a way to solve X problem and you all the time do it the same time, you do it all the time the same way, that's a process, that's a method that you do. And it's interesting to understand that this is a framework that you can put out there and say, this is the way I do things. And you can actually write a paper on it. And you can put it on LinkedIn, and you can do a bunch of stuff with the way that you think and you process information and you deliver results. Leverage multiple platforms. People think that they only have, and this is a big mistake, they only stay in one platform. So people they marry with one platform. We say, no, you have to be in multiple platforms that serve you multiple purposes. So if you obviously are a professional and trying to climb the ladder, you need to be on LinkedIn. You need to write out articles. You need to put out their information. You need to share things that are valuable for you so people understand what you're reading, what are your philosophy, what are your values, what people do you follow, and everything. So start understanding that. And speaking, if people ask you to speak, say yes. When Hernan told me to speak here, I was like, okay, let's do it. And I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. But if you have the opportunity of doing panels, masterclasses, interviews, just do it. And of course, document that. And write a lot. Write everything that is on your head. Put it on paper. Put it out there. We want to know. Build social proof, testimonial, case studies, credentials. And this is a special one for people that are doing businesses. If you don't gather testimonials, it's going to be more difficult for you to get new clients because there's something called customer journey. And part of the customer journey is investigate you. And in that part of investigating the people that you want to work with, we want to know. And if you have a good testimonial, and this actually businesses do it as well when they're hiring, they want to know about you, but they want to know what people think about you as well. So, and positioning exercise for you guys. Write one sentence that defines your authority. I help who, achieve what, by how. And this one is actually your bio. You're going to carry this for as long as you can So people, when ask you, what do you do for a living, or what is your purpose, or what is it that you do, you can say this. This is like a super mini pitch for you. I help X achieve what by how. And it doesn't matter that you're not an entrepreneur right now. You help some industry is at some point doing something, achieve what by how. What's your secret sauce, right? What's your formula? What's your method that we already talked about? And that sentence can open doors. If you don't narrate your strengths, the market assumes you have none. So you have to narrate your strengths. Lead boldly and sustain the momentum. How? Stay visible consistently. And this one is, for me, it's one of the of the hardest one. I've doing it for a long time, but it's really hard to stay consistent, right? So the compound effect of showing up, it's amazing. When you show up consistently, even though you think that no one else is hearing you, maybe you're gonna have that feeling at first that I'm saying this and I'm putting articles in LinkedIn and I'm being there and I'm attending network events and I'm doing everything and I'm being there, but I don't think that people are actually seeing me. It's not true. People are looking at you. When the right opportunity comes, they will find you and they will say, oh, I remember this guy, I remember this girl that did that, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to look for you. But if you don't do it consistently, it just falls out. Evolve publicly. Share your process and pivots. It's not bad. This is like old school stuff. People didn't share their process. They only share the wins, right? The big wins. But this new culture is about sharing the full process. That's part of the authenticity. I want to know your fall down. I want to know the pivots that you made and why you made them and the way you took yourself out of that bad moment, right? So you have to evolve publicly. At some point, you have to understand what things you want to share, what things you don't want to share. I mean, there's intimacy, right? You don't want to say it all, but yet you can actually understand the lessons and put it out there. Be willing to polarize. This one is really important. Trying to please everyone will keep you invisible because no one likes gray people. I say that all the time. Either you're white or you're black, but don't be gray, because that gray area gives me nothing. I respect more people that don't believe the same things that I believe, but they strongly believe them. I prefer to talk to those people instead of someone that doesn't have an opinion of themselves. So be willing to polarize, be willing to be against things, be willing to put your voice out there and stand for things that are probably a little bit of disruptive, right? Or controversial. But be willing to polarize, because that way people are going to understand and have respect for your thoughts. Maintain inner alignment. I have said it a lot. I'm going to say it again. Your energy sets the tone. So this is why we build the whole business towards this. We want to make sure that our founders and our brands and everything that we do are aligned with the founder. Because there's a bunch of people out there saying, do it this way, that way, this way works for me and it's going to work for you. And it's not necessarily that way. So if I build a business that is super cool and have a lot of revenue, but it makes me a miserable human being, why am I doing it? Why am I doing it? So maintain your inner alignment and say no to things that are not aligned. The leaders you admire didn't wait for permission. They declared themselves ready. So probably you're young and you're saying, I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. Maybe I cannot do this. I have to wait for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever years you think you have to wait. That's not true. You don't have to wait anything. You can open that business tomorrow. You can start from scratch. You can bootstrap. You can do a little. You can do it smaller. It doesn't matter, but do it. And declare yourself ready, because fear is always going to be there. Actually, it evolves with time. It gets bigger and different. So you have to do it with fear. You have to do it even though you think you're not ready. And every time that I have jumped between businesses, and some of them are being successful, some of them I have closed them because I wanted to close them, some of them were bankruptcy. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You have to declare yourself ready for the next level, because if you don't declare yourself ready for the next level is never going to come. And at the end of the day, some successes are inevitable, but you can live them right now when you have 20, 30, whatever, or you can live them when you have 60. You decide. You decide when you are ready, but it's going to happen anyways for you. So the future belongs to those who are brave enough to be seen. Let this be the day you stop hiding, please. So now you can go to that URL, therealfounders.com, and grab your founders canvas for free. It's at the end of the, you have to put all the way to the end of the page, and you're gonna see a form there where you can fill it, and you are gonna have access to the founders canvas for free. It's in Spanish, but you can actually translate it. I know you can. So that was it. Thank you so much for having me, and of course I'm gonna be able to answer questions and be here for you guys. I hope you have enjoyed what I've been saying this time. So I realize now that my camera was not okay.
Wow, thank you so much, Luz, for that amazing class. I cannot see you right now, but I can certainly hear you. Can everybody hear it? You hear?
Yes.
Okay, very
Now it
good.
got fixed. Maybe
Yeah.
it was frozen, I think.
Yes,
But
I
we
can
were
hear. I can hear you.
Good.
Well, now
So
yeah.
I don't know if anyone has questions. I'm really good at answering and bringing some clarity to the table. So if you have a question that is actually personal, you can actually do it as well, because I'm gonna be answering from the bottom of my heart with everything that I have today. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, I actually wanted to show everybody that our host has a wonderful book that she has on the market. Actually, had the honor to receive one of them.
Yeah, I have it here.
Yes, exactly. It's called Reality Check, and it's wonderful because it offers you the tools to make a diagnosis
Yeah.
and make decisions according with the reality of your enterprise, like focusing in yourself. So thank you so much for this piece of reality. I wanted to cite one thing that I really liked and that it it got me. And it says the entrepreneur is more important than the business itself because at last the business is just a construction of that human being. So
Exactly.
I would like to ask you about your book for you to let us know how can we get it, like how can you get all this wonderful knowledge and maybe emphasize a little bit on that, which is something that I very much like about your philosophy and is that the center in the person than the business.
Yes. You know that. Thank you for saying that, Lou. So it's gonna be on Amazon really soon because I opened already my bank account in the US, so I can open the Amazon the Amazon book. So I'm gonna tell you guys when it's ready for you to get it on Amazon. Um, so yeah, the thing is that a lot of people, I mean, the entire business and the entire industry around business, it's focused on problem solving, which is fine. I mean, we have to solve problems, right? Because if we don't solve problems, we are not going to have a business, right? But at the same time, we forget that there are human beings running the business. And actually, businesses are really easy to straighten, to actually expand. That it's not that hard. You just need to put some things and put money on it, and it will solve eventually. But having a human being that is miserable and having a human being that is running a business that is actually not serving themselves, it's more difficult to get someone from that place to a good place instead of a business from banking receipt to actually having a revenue, right? So and a healthy business. So I figured we are not doing enough for the person behind the business. We're doing enough for the business, but not for the person behind the business. So I have rejected clients that don't believe in this. I say, oh, I'm not the person for you. That's fine. Go ahead and find another mentor that I can actually only focus on your business and forget about yourself. But for me, it's like we don't take all kinds of person. We are really picky on that, and we're trying to build a community of real founders. That's what's the name of real founders. For me, a real founder is the one that understands that they are the center of the business, and if they don't take care of themselves, business is not going to grow, or worst, is going to grow and you're not going to be there to actually see it. So that's worst for me.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have any question or comment for our mentor today?
Don't be
I have a
shy.
question.
Yeah.
Hi Luz, great presentation. This comes like from a personal like career question or advice that you have. You seem like a very assertive person, right? That like goes out there, gets it done. What tips do you have for someone that's early in their career? You know, especially like let's say you're going into corporate America, that's huge. You know, you have a diverse set of teams, and often it's easy, you know, to get stuck in there and not keep on growing, let's say in the ladder and opportunity. What has personally helped you, you know, to really be powerful, let's say in the market, or let's say it's a small company or large company? Were there any podcasts you listened to or tips or I don't know, meditation? What is it that helped you personally?
Oh, wow, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna try to.
Mhm.
Okay. You know, I figured this. For a long time, I was hearing a lot of people. So I was consuming a lot of podcasts, a lot of books, a lot of everything. And at some point, I realized that I was overwhelmed of information, and I was paying more attention of what everybody else was doing and saying instead of what I actually wanted to do. And I actually, so this is a little bit of spiritual thing, but I truly believe your soul has the answer. I truly believe that you are a human being with a soul, and the purpose of that soul is taking you where you have to go. And if you don't shut up the noise, and you're always consuming and always understanding what's next and what I have to do, and you know, this guy say this and this the other one, blah, 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 and they contradict themselves and it's crazy. If you don't shut the noise and listen to your inner voice, you're never gonna find the next step for yourself. So for me, to get to this point where I'm not consuming anymore almost anything right now, I'm in that um part of my life. I think that that comes in the right moment. um right now I'm so overwhelmed of everything that is happening on social media that I go inside, I do what I have to do, and I just get out, because there's a lot of people saying a lot of things. And part of my job, for example, with my clients, it's to help them shut up the noise, to help them do that. And I say, I don't want you to follow anyone that you're being following. I want you to unfollow them all. How am I going to do that? Unfollow them. You're not going to die. They're going to be there. And if you want to see what they're doing, you just have to go to their account and see what they're doing. So I believe that it's better to go inside. Not always. I mean, you have to consume things. I do it all the time. I read books. I do a bunch of stuff. But there's a time for everything. So there's a time for you to learn your technique. There's a time for you to learn self-development, which is important. There's a time for you to get inside and in your soul and be more spiritual and feed that. And there's a time to not do anything. And there's a time to not consume anything. And and yes, I've been doing more meditation and more self-awareness and more of that in the last 2 years than just consuming a bunch of stuff. I actually, for me, it's been, now that I'm investigating another thing and I'm doing another thing. I have to do it, and now I'm forcing myself to do it. To say, okay, I need to start to research, and I need that, and I'm doing that, but I'm doing it intentionally with a purpose, right? Not just consuming because I have to, or just consuming because I have to be aware of what's happening. Um, I have realized that the mentors that you surrender yourself are also really important. The people that model you have to be careful. You have to be really careful who you choose to be your mentor and who you choose to be the model that you're gonna follow. Um, I've had good experiences and bad experiences with mentors, both. Um, I have learned the mentor that I don't want to be. I have learned that I don't want to be that, and I learned that the hard way, putting a lot of money on it. So I throw away like $15,000 to learn that. Thank you. And also, I have learned that at the end of the day, you surround yourself with people that need to see you in your great moment. Like they need to see the greatness in you. Because sometimes you forget that you're great, you forget that you shine, you forget that, and you need people to remind you that you are a valuable person and that you are someone that has a mission and that is here to fulfill it and that is actually doing an impact. You're here to do an impact. So yeah, but I try to follow when I hear people, I try to make a criteria of myself, trying to see both. That's another thing. You have to look at both things. Like, if you believe this, try to understand this as well. Because when you have the two perspective, you can decide what is your opinion of it. If you only consume the same people saying the same thing, you're never gonna have a full perspective of the problem of everything or whatever that is happening, right? So I try to do that as well, to hear people that I don't like and to hear people that I like. I do both things intentionally. Like, I don't like this guy. Let me hear. Okay, now I get it. Or and it has surprised me a lot. I have heard people that I thought, nah, I don't know. But then when I hear them, I say like, I don't share that, but I can understand where it's coming from. So that gives me a lot of perspective as well. Um, I can actually, maybe Lou, I can do a list and put it somewhere so you can see some of all the authors that I have been reading, and I can share that as well. So yeah. But thank you for your question, Nicole.
No, thank you for your insight. I appreciate it.
Someone else want to share something or ask us something? Jesus.
Uh, good afternoon, everyone. I have a question. What
Yes.
methods and tools do you use to maintain effective and consistent communication with the people you interact with in order to build a good bond with them, especially with your job and the way that you use or want to create that community with your company.
I mean, you want to know like the exact platforms that I use to all
Oh,
that?
like methods or tools that you would recommend
Mm.
to have a good relationship with your different clients or even
Okay.
in your personal life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So one thing that for me is non-negotiable is transparency. That's one of the things. With everything that I do, everything is super transparent and super honest. And I think that is more honest than sometimes that I want to be. But yeah. um, why? And have an open communication all the time. So, and I do this with my relationship with my husband, with my friends, with my clients, with my team, with everyone. It's open communication and being bluntly transparent. Even if I'm not right, if I made a mistake, I have to do it because that's part of my values. And everything that I use is to actually reinforce that. Now that I'm seeing it for your question, so yeah. So for my team, I use a bunch of let's see. We use Slack, which is like a chat platform where you can have a bunch of channels for clients and everything is super transparent. Everyone can know what everybody else is working on and all the discussions. And I also think that it's really good for us to collaborate more and to share ideas, even though if you're not part of that team, it doesn't matter. Maybe you have an idea that is actually going to help us, so we do that. I have all the channels open. You can do it private as well, but I have it all open so anyone can see what the team of marketing is working on, what the team of processes is working on, the technology team. So like, I don't care. Like, I want everyone to be able to see what we're working on. And that gives me a lot of transparency towards the whole team. But yeah, I use a bunch of tools. um, uh, we use Notion, which is a really nice tool for gather and have everything documented in one place. We use it for clients and we use it for us as a team as well. And actually, the founders canvas is on Notion. So when you click on it, it's gonna open a Notion for you. So a Notion is a really nice tool for me because it has a lot of stuff going on there. You can build a whole ecosystem in there, and it's crazy. It's really good. And again, it provides a lot of transparency as well. So yeah. What else? We use a lot of stuff. I can give you actually, I can give you like a list of everything that we use in my company, which is platforms all the way. Like, I have Kajabi for digital platforms. I have Google Drive. We have Canvas. We have ManyChat. We have a bunch of stuff. It serves all different objectives, right? But yeah. But for me, like in general, is how can you foster transparency? That's it. That's it. Yeah, there are more actually, Lou. I can give you a list.
Great. I can hear. Carlos, do you have, and Brisa, do you have any question, any comment, our co-hosts?
Well, I wanted to thank you, Luz. It was an amazing presentation, of course, and really insightful. And I really share your point of view of where your soul is taking you. That 100% share that.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm really excited to be here. I had a great time.
How how can we find the information about Canvas in Notion? How do we get there?
So yeah, just have to tap the realfounders.com, and at the end of the page, right in the at the end, it's gonna be the founders. You're gonna see the logo of the founders canvas, and you just have to put your email and an address and your email and name, and it's gonna take you to the page.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes, actually, the book is based on the philosophy and the canvas, so you have a little bit of the canvas in there as well.
Great.
Yes.
Thank.
So anyone else want to say something or ask me anything? I'm here, all ears.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, guys. I don't bite.
It's true. She doesn't. She's really sweet. And we want to hear you.
I think this is the first time that someone describes me as sweet, but thank you.
Oh, you are.
Like, I don't know how I sound in English though, but in Spanish I'm really assertive and direct and
You know, they say that we have two personalities when we talk different languages.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I have to explore my English part, my English identity more.
So maybe one last question that I have that I think that will help a lot of
Mm-hmm.
interns here. So I did this internship last year, but now I'm graduating, and I find that it's a field that for us graduates, mostly in the US, that is like we all do the same and we all are looking for jobs. And it's hard to get interviews, and that's a complicated process. Do you think you may have any advice for that step? I think it's why most of us are here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an advice of what I would do if I was in your position. Because for me, I never had to do that. So I just don't know from experience. But this is what I did and what I would do if I was in your space. What really worked for me was to be at the right time in the right moment, which means you have to be in places, which means you have to go to places. You have to do events. You have to be there for people to see you in action. And I also volunteer a lot. I used to be one of the Startup Weekends leaders, which is a global community for entrepreneurship. And I did that for 5 years, no payments. I was a volunteer. And that opened doors for me. That opened actually my consultancy agency started there after I did that for 5 years. I also did a business based on the people from that community. And we reached, 3 million pesos to actually build that space just because we were the leaders of that community. So if you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to ever see you. So you have to put yourself out there. And actually, after you put yourself out there, you have to be who you really are at your biggest. Like, if you're really good at singing for saying something, sing. you know, because there's no other way people are gonna hear your voice if you. So every job that you have and every opportunity as a volunteer, you you have to treat it like they're paying you $1 million. So be excellent in everything that you do. So you have to be there, put out yourself out there, and treat that job as is. They're paying you. You have a penthouse in New York City. That way. And another thing is everyone is looking at brands. So if you tell me your name, I'm gonna go to Instagram and figure out who you are. So if I go there and I see nothing, or just picture of food, or you in the park and that's it, for me you have nothing to say because you're not saying it. So if I
Luz,
go to your Instagram account, well, what am I gonna see there? If I go to your LinkedIn, what am I gonna see there? So personal brand is you have to do it. There's no way.
Luz, question,
Uh-huh.
Luz. Um, what do you think about all of these tools like LinkedIn, Instagram, or others for branding? Because right now, Gen Z are using these tools not for develop a brand. It is more like a social outlet for people to see, look, I bought this, I went here, I went there. But professionally, in my case, I'm older than all of you. I'm 50 years old. I have an Instagram, but the Instagram I have it just at night when I use it to scroll down and have fun. But if you
Mm-hmm.
see my LinkedIn, and I think LinkedIn is already all for all people, because I started in LinkedIn in 1995. Okay, so you can have an idea how old I am. But I try to be connected with the community. I have more than 5,000 contacts.
Wow.
I try to write an article every week and post it, right? For me, I'm telling you, I have my, as well as you, I have a consultancy, and I never stop applying. I never stop applying for jobs. For me, it's harder because you know nobody wants to hire an old guy right now. But I think she's right. It's a matter how you sell yourself. If you know how to sell yourself, imagine that you're a product. Is that what you meant when you were talking, Luz?
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you see yourself as a product, and it helps you to achieve your goal, it's a good idea. So if, for example, you are 60 years old, you have a consultant, right? If you develop a method and you promote that method as a product, that's interesting. Because me as a client that is looking at LinkedIn, right, and seeing a bunch of people doing a bunch of stuff, if you tell me I have this framework and I do this way, and this is the results that my clients are getting because they use my framework, for me that's interesting. You know what I mean? So if you see yourself as a product and you market yourself as a product, you're gonna have results.
No, that's one of the things that I try when I write my articles, because I am I'm specialized in international trade finance. So basically, what I do is I talk about my industry because that's the thing that I know. And if you are a expert on such matter, whatever matter that you are good, and you start writing and writing and writing, at some point somebody's going to catch what you wrote and is going to say, we have something here.
Yes. But you know what, Carlos, as well? You need to put your mind into selling mode.
Of course.
Because that's the thing. Sometimes we create a bunch of content, but we're not doing it with the intention of selling. And it's not the same. And people get that. Like when so here's the deal. It's kind of like selling without selling. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you do it with that intention and with that strategy, you can build a strategy towards your content.
Of course. And everything is marketable. Everything. And what you're saying, the mindset of selling, I call it the invoice mind.
That's nice.
You need to invoice in order to collect and in order to get money and monetize your experience. For example, I know somebody from this group that's around 18 years old that he's been thinking about a project of real estate, and he is doing amazing. And you know who you are, because I saw the house, I saw what he can do, and I believe that he's going to do amazing because he's getting into a niche, and he's going to be very proficient in that niche. And that's is good and is bad, because sometimes your experience is fragmented in just one thing instead of being as before in everything. In my case, as I told you at the beginning, I'm a lawyer, but also I have a master's. But my concentration for the last 25 years has been international trade finance. And I think the message here that Luz is giving us is you need to do whatever you feel that you're good at it. And when you're good at it, now you have a product to sell. I don't know how are we doing with time, guys. Lou?
Hola. Hi. I'm here.
So how are we doing with time?
We are, I think that we are just in time to invite ourselves in the group. we're trying to figure out how to do it. So I don't know.
That's not a product to sell.
Sorry. But we're trying to figure out how to divide.
Yeah, but I think that we're ready to close in regards to the mentors. So I don't know, any last words that you want to say?
There's an echo. I cannot.
It's me.
It's Carlos. Yeah.
Sorry, Carlos.
Yeah, so we're thanking you, Luz, and thanking everyone for listening and participating. It was a really interesting meeting, and I think we all learned a lot. So we're now going to stay with the interns to talk a bit about their process through this week. But yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. I had a really good time. So if you have any other questions, you can email me or you can write me on Instagram. I always answer my DMs, so I'm gonna be there as well.
And also
So
contact
bye.
you on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
I'm going to share
Bye.
both links so you can follow Luz. Thank you, Luz, so much for your wonderful masterclass today. We learned a lot, and well, thank you for being so kind and being here with us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care all. Thank you so much.
So, guys, let's see. We'll try to figure out how to divide ourselves. So what we can do is this. Maybe the interns can stay here, and I can open up a new meeting and share.
I can assign you to another room, so you could tell me the names.
Okay, yeah.
So who are gonna be with you?
All right.
We have
So in the cup, let me see. I'm checking them. I'm trying to see the members on the WhatsApp group. Or maybe raising their hands so you can know which ones are cap and which ones are. So all the caps, not the apprentices, but the caps, raise your hands so we can. Yeah.
Can you tell me the names? Because I cannot see.
Oh, apologies for interruption, but the CAP is like the accelerator program, right? So those who have just graduated, not okay, thank you.
Yes. Exactly.
I have Yulu, Alandrina, Divine, and I cannot see the others because I have a window open. So can you tell me the names?
There's Nicole. Okay, I something that Hernan sent me with the list. We have Carla, we have Reina, we have Ronaldo, we have Andres. Who else?
We're gonna have to open a new one because there are people that I cannot assign to breakout rooms.
Oh. So
Yes.
in this case, what we can do is I can create a new meeting
Mhm.
And I'm gonna share the link in our CAP group so you can connect there, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I think that will be the most efficient way.
Okay. How can I create a new? Okay, then I'm gonna go through meetings through Google Meet. So let me just go there and I'm gonna send you the link here. All right. CAP. Okay. I just put the link in the WhatsApp group. So I'll wait for you here.
Okay.
So everyone who's a racer, join us.
Good. Big.
I'm already there.
Okay, and in the meantime, guys, how are you? Were you able to contact your mentors? How is it going? Were you assigned all your mentors? You weren't?
Great. Jacobo is
I'm here.
here.
Sorry, I'm in the
Okay.
supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
Marina, we,
Hi,
we
guys.
couldn't hear you.
Yes, can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm sorry that I'm here in the market buying some stuff.
I'm sorry? I couldn't hear you there.
I'm here in the
Hello?
market. Hello?
Yes. Here's the link again for the racers. All right. I have two people in the room now. Oh, no, I only have Jacobo and Nicole. We got disconnected.
So, Rodriguez, what's your
Thanks for the
name?
other.
I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to call you by your last name, but how did you contact him? Through email, LinkedIn? Sometimes we have to try more than one time. Maybe sending an email is not enough, so maybe we need to contact them through LinkedIn, send them a message. Uh,
Yes, can you hear me?
yes,
Right.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
All right. So I'm
yes,
going on this one and I'll wait for you
Okay.
on the cap one. All right. Okay. Bye.
I do. I can hear you.
Yeah, so my name is John, and I have contacted him on email 2 times already, and I have talked to Hernan. He told
Mhm.
me to keep trying, but it's been 2 days of me trying contacting him and no response.
Is he from the US?
No,
No,
Argentina.
I'm from Argentina. That's weird. Okay, so and LinkedIn?
I haven't because I'm still working
On yours?
on getting LinkedIn.
Okay. So you can if you can finish
So
that, then you can
I haven't
contact.
like found him.
Because if he has the app, then he will receive, aside from the email, a notification from LinkedIn. So he will be like, okay, he's really trying to contact me. I'm gonna save some time and reply. Maybe he will do it tomorrow because today is Monday and it was a weekend. So that can be a reason. Uh, but the last email that you sent, when was it?
It was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's gonna reply during the week.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yes. Mati, you told me you're not assigned one? Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wasn't here last week. I don't really know what we did, or I was only here for that first meeting,
Okay.
and I don't know, and Matt never told me anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna write to him and remind him that you need to be assigned a mentor. And
Okay.
once you get the name and the email, then you can contact them and you're gonna have you are here, you're gonna have the first meeting, getting to know
Yeah.
them and everything.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Cool.
Nico, what about you? No, I cannot hear you. Yes, you can write. At the meantime, we were talking. Did your mentor reply to you? Janice, Divine,
Hello.
Saina? Yes. I don't know, guys, if I'm saying your names right. So
Hi.
if I'm not, please tell me. Okay.
I haven't been assigned a mentor as well.
Okay.
I was able to talk with my mentor.
Okay. And how was it?
It was good. It was a nice chat, and he gave me already some few tips and things to do, and some
Great.
papers to read.
Amazing. So maybe you too. That's great. Okay. And Sarah? In Johanari? Johanaris? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Joanides.
And do you have a mentor?
Yeah, last week I was in the CAP program, but over the weekend I was assigned a mentor and I send her an email and contact and connect with her on LinkedIn. So I'm still waiting for the email response for the meetings and everything.
Okay, great. That's great. Yeah, sometimes with busy people, that's I think Hernan is writing on the chat. The person that is writing is not me. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so it can take some time. Do you guys have any questions regarding this
Hello.
process or no? Nothing? If you don't have anything, I can let you go. But know that I'm here. Next week Hernan will be back and I know he's more fun, so we'll have more fun. But if that's it, is that it? Yes? No? Okay, I'll see you all next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.